terrible phone call, bro, from N-Trap. Put all the new parts, put everything back on. They went to start it, and it started, but it started smoking. They said when they took the manifold off, water was coming out of it. This is what they found. Pumping water into the brick, and it's shooting water out into the cylinder. That is literally water leaking into cylinder number 7 of my engine. Drop the oil and see is there water in the oil. So I made a decision. I'm just gonna have them pull the engine. Just getting it done, man. Let me sending that engine out. And there's the final product, boys. Wrapped up.
Hey, what's going on? Are you here? All right, come on out to the back shop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big Smurf. Wow, man. Look at her.
Sir.
Oh,
Ready to
man.
go.
Jeez. Man, so glad to see my baby, man. It's been a little bit. And man, I appreciate it. Run it down, man. I just, in detail a little bit more. Talk to me about what we did.
All right, so we got a full engine replacement. Brand new heads, brand new BGE block, new pistons, rods, brand new camshaft. I mean, pretty much brand new build top to bottom. Freshly built transmission, new turbos. I mean, anything you can think of is new.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's pretty much a new car.
Crazy. Putting it all together, shout out to, as you know, Steve White Motors for the motor.
Yep, they turned it around really quick for us.
Yeah, 100%, man. More on a catastrophic failure a little bit later. But besides that, man, so you got a chance to drive the car a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good running car. Love, actually made me kind of like a stick car. Like, I'm an automatic guy just as I'm all about the raw power and the quarter mile times. But I'm gonna tell you what, this car, I mean, just driving it is smooth, it's crisp.
Feels good.
And having it in the right gear at the right time, the car feels raunchy.
Did you roll it a little bit?
Oh, a little bit.
Okay, you got to twist it. Now listen, that's
Nothing
on
crazy.
That's on wastegate.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy or whatever the case may be. But man, I love driving this car, dude. Like, it's just for me. I always the goal was to build the ultimate street car. You have a race car. You know what I'm saying? Your build is insane, like race prep ready. This car, I just wanted it to be really fast every day on the street.
Right. And it's comfortable. It drives and rides like a stock car.
Exactly.
Until you get on the pedal a little bit.
And until you shift the gears, because the face-plated gear set.
Yeah.
But once you get used to it.
Yeah, once I got down the road a little bit in it,
right.
I got more comfortable
with that.
that.
You got smoother.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, 100%. Man. So I'm going to take the viewers through a whole walkthrough of the car. All right, so just a quick rundown for everybody, man. I know you see a stock blower on the car, but what you see is a missing pulley. The reason why you see a missing pulley is because the blower is gutted. It's just being used as an intake manifold for my twin turbo setup. As Rob Smurfbuilt mentioned, it is a 411 stroker motor, fully everything. The heads are stock heads, but they're stock red eye heads, and they've been ported to flow the most that they possibly can. Steve White Motors, I don't know how much they want you guys to know, but they partner with some of the best in the business, which is MMX, to do their complete builds, and they build a special build program just for Steve White Motors. Steve White Motors also stock some of those. Who the heck is Steve White? Well, they're a car dealership in North Carolina, so you're buying motors from a Dodge dealership. That's pretty sick.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Behind that is fully built transmission. It is still a TR6060, however, and it is still H pattern on top of that. I do gotta show y'all that. It is still H pattern on top of that. Don't worry about some of the wiring. We still got some cleaning up to do. It is still H pattern, TR6060. However, it has a G-Force dog box style gear set, meaning you can call it dog box, you can call it face plated, the gears in which you shift. It is not straight cut gears though, so that means it doesn't have that loud whine. It's still quiet. It doesn't have as much helix angle as stock. However, it has, it still has a helix angle. Appearance wise, I converted it, as you guys know, to wide body, all that good stuff. So looks good, sounds good. And huge shout to my man, Rob at Smurfbuilt, my man Chase Smurfbuilt. Put that work in for me. As you guys know, initially water went into the engine from my old manifold. That manifold core had cracked, and we didn't know from fabricator who reworked the metal, but then put a crack, and then that water went into cylinder number 7. So my last 426 motor that I had in there bent a rod from the water going in the motor. So therefore it required a full new motor. Got a motor from Steve White, dropped that in, all that good stuff. Unfortunately, bad things happen to good people. Bad things happen to good people. And unfortunately, there was I guess a casting issue with my head, and it dropped the valve. You tell me.
The valve guide broke on cylinder number 2, which allowed the valve to drop. And unfortunately, when that happens, it's catastrophic.
Yeah. So with that being the case, man, it required me to link up with the best in the biz that I feel right now, man, is Smurfbuilt. And, you know, he did the car all over again, start to finish mechanically, installing the engine, transmission, turbos we sent out to be redone, because when that happened and the valve dropped, what happened?
The metal gets in places it shouldn't go. Pulled the wastegate down, it was full of metal. So anytime you have that kind of problem happen, you need to do everything and anything to make sure that there's no metal left anywhere in the engine, especially in turbos. Anything and everything we could do to eliminate any chance of metal finding its way back into this brand new setup, we did.
Yeah, so we had the turbos rebuilt. They are comp oilless air-cooled turbos. They are 68 millimeter with a 71 millimeter back housing. So there's some big boys. They're capable of about 900 horsepower each, so ultimately 1,800 horse. However, the motor, Steve White, as well as MMX, wants me to keep it below 1,400. 1,400 is where they said the limit.
Conservatively.
Well, their conservative limit is 1,400. That being said, me personally, in order to make about 1,400 wheel with this setup, how much boost would you say we'd need?
23 to 25.
Jesus, that's little. Well, typically I run max out at around 20 pounds of boost. So that should be around what, 1,300 probably? 20 pounds of boost. On my last setup, which was stock heads, it made 12, 14 on 20 pounds. But that was like non-ported heads, a very small cam. The cam in here now is rowdy. It is rowdy. So from the ported heads and the cams, I know that had to pick up a lot more power. So we're estimating somewhere around there, but we're not gonna leave it up to estimations. We're gonna put big girl on the dyno. And we gonna see what she gonna make. Now she got 10-pound wastegate springs in her. For those of you that understand turbos, know that wastegate springs with a 2-port Mac valve setup means that you can double the spring capacity. So theoretically, right now it makes about 12 pounds of boost with those 10-pound springs. So I should be able to make anywhere from about 22 to 23 pounds is what I'm thinking. And that should be enough, man. I could change the wastegate spring so that I can make 30 pounds and really make crazy power. But to be honest with you guys, the car is not for that. Like, if I was doing what Rob was doing, which is his monsters back there, y'all seen videos on that I posted already. If I was doing that, then of course, yeah. But I mean, look at this thing, man. This thing is on 20-inch wheels all the way around, but sound good, look good, and then I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier with being able to have a partner. Never have I been able to drop a car off, not be there for the process, and just pick a car up and everything was fine. I tried that with someone else, and it ended for me very badly. It ended up costing me a lot of money. It ended up costing me a lot of headache. Rob is a nice guy, so he like, don't talk no mess. Let's just do it right this time, and there you go.
Right. You taking home a running, sorted out car.
That goes into gear, no problem.
Goes into gear, goes into every gear.
It goes into the gear, no problem. Shifts, no problem. And you're not blaming the clutch, right?
No.
Or you're not blaming all sorts of other things saying that you didn't do it.
No.
Even though I'm picking up the car from you for the first time. And it's, anyway, we ain't gonna go there.
I'm shaking it down. Air conditioning works.
Everything.
Everything works.
Right. I saw you driving around with the AC blowing cold. What was the inner chiller temps at that time?
I was running the inside AC plus the chiller. So.
And it was like 80 degrees.
Here today. It was 61 to 62 degrees.
Nice.
Temperatures inside the intake manifold there.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Can't ask for more than that.
Right now we're gonna get it on the trailer. We're gonna take it home, guys. Huge shout to Smurfbuilt, man.
Wait till you guys hear this thing. Let me tell you.
Huge shout to Smurfbuilt. Oh, they're gonna hear it. We're gonna start it up for them real nice and easy tomorrow. We're gonna give them some running footage, and we're gonna give y'all a whole montage of this thing all back together, running. We're gonna get it cleaned up nice. He wiped it down a little bit for us, but we gotta put our special wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi touch on it. You understand me? We gotta do what we do. All right, so therefore, guys, I can't wait to show you some more of the ultimate footage of this car, because finally, I know, and I can tell it is complete. Drag-On Tuning has done an amazing job. We tried a different tuner as well because it was part of the agreement that I had with the last person who worked on the car. That was catastrophic as well. That was a terrible experience. These people didn't even want to give me a channel to log on so that I can see what's going on with my own car.
You guys don't know what a channel is. It's what a tuner uses to view everything that's going on inside of the car, every sensor that they want to see. And with a Hellcat, you can see a lot. I'm going to conservatively say you can see over 100 different parameters inside of this car, and every tuner uses a different channel that they use to make sure that their tune is specifically spot on. Fueling, spark, timing, everything. It makes a big difference on how these cars run and operate and for longevity. So without a proper channel, you cannot properly tune a car.
Absolutely.
No way possible.
And is there any way possible that you put a car together and you do a couple revisions and now that car is done forever?
No.
Right.
No. It takes 6 to 7 revisions slowly. First is just startup. Not even going into gear. Startup. No rev. Then you go in gear, out of gear, slow movements. From there, you're going to dial up just regular driving. Half throttle, nothing aggressive. From there, then you can get into a little bit more of a wide open throttle to 4,500. You can go from there after getting multiple revisions through this process. You go 5,500 wide open, send the log back, get a revision, 6,500 and so forth, depending on how far you take your RPMs, given whatever setup you have. The tuner uses all that information to make sure this engine is running at its peak safe performance, period.
So by me not being able to log, that means that they were never intending on making this car better.
No, what they handed you was what you got.
And that was gonna be it. And then they handed me a car on pump gas 93. They said that my fuel system wouldn't keep up with E85. However, my car previously was on E85. I told y'all it made 1,214 wheel horsepower on E85. And then by putting race gas, I was able to run whatever boost level I want. But, you know, according to them, it wasn't gonna work, right? And my fuel pressure was dropping at a certain thing. That had everything to do with the tuning. We switched to tune, my fuel steady as a rock, and now I'm capable of running about 16 to 17 pounds of boost with about 16 to 17 degrees of timing on E85 on that very same fuel system that they said wouldn't work. So there are some bad actors in this space of Mopar world, you know, and not even to say that they bad people, man. They just think that they know so much and they think that they know better than you, even on your own car. And you know, I just hope you don't end up like me and it end up costing you headache, time, and money. Hopefully you get with the right people.
Do your research. You know, I'm not the only shop in town that does
good work. Yeah, I agree.
So there's other shops out there, but do your research. Don't listen to what the masses say. Talk to someone. Get to know them. Understand what they're about. If they're not genuinely interested in what your goal with the car is, it's not worth doing business with.
I agree.
You're the owner, you're the customer. You tell me what you want, and let's see if we can make that happen. If we can't come to an agreement, why use them?
I couldn't agree more. All right, guys, let's get this thing home. Let's get it started. Let's show you how it sounds, how it drives around. And not for nothing, boys, you guys, a lot of you, if you've been around a long time, know this car is Cheapokitty. I mean, we all know that this now has about 3 Cheapokitties in it as far as modifications and money spent. But, you know, just for old time's sake, sure, call it what you want, baby. All right, let's go. Let's get it loaded up on the trailer. And that's it, baby. My baby is home. The baby is home. Next up, we're gonna take the car out, do a little shakedown on pump 93 at Pocono Raceway. So that's what's up next. I'm gonna take the car home for that. Shake it down. You guys are gonna get to see the sights and sounds, pulls from inside the car. That's what's next. So make sure that you guys come back for the next one, man. And until then, it's your boy Stephen here from Mod to Fame. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And until the next one, back here in the twin turbo Hellcat. I know it's got a blower on it, but remember, no pulley. So it's gutted. We out. We out.